I had such a great day yesterday.
You did?
Yay.
I'm just saying that because I know Kyle's day was sideways.
Oh, my God.
What happened?
It just started sideways. As I was driving into work, I had somewhat of a scary moment. This huge thing just popped up out of nowhere, came and like slammed on my hood and then bounced off. And I was like, oh my gosh, what was that?
Freeway or
On the freeway, yeah. And when I got to work, I noticed this like huge black spot on the car. And I'm like, cool. So I drove home and like on my way home, I'm like, I need a car wash anyways. Maybe it'll just wash off. Who knows? It wasn't dented. It's just like a mark. It didn't wash off. And I get home and I call my husband and I'm like, this sucks because, like I keep my car messy inside, but it's like I don't want it to be trashed. And he's like, I have something for that. And he walks into this little area in the garage, gets this little black bottle and a washcloth, and he starts like swirling this stuff onto the black mark. And all of a sudden, he lifts it up and poof, it's gone.
That's cool.
I mean, at the car wash, I tried to wipe it off my hand more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wouldn't go anywhere. And all of a sudden, he brings this magic potion and it's gone. It's amazing. So
your husband, by the way, with the history of you in cars, like when she says, I got hit some on the freeway, he had to be like, mother of God. I mean, you've curbed so many wheels.
He thinks that car's bad luck,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
cracked windshield.
he wants me to get rid of my car so
prepared.
bad.
And I gotta say too, like I saw your story on Instagram when you posted it. He didn't just lift the washcloth off. It was so funny. I laughed out loud. It was like, voila. Like a magician.
Yes, literally like a magician. And then this is happening and this is what's stressing me out. Meanwhile, he's having maybe the worst day ever. So he works from home. So his computers are what he relies on to get his job done. And a computer of his totally crashed. And I usually never see him more stressed than when he has computer problems. So that happened. And then our internet goes out.
Oh, that's
so
the worst.
any backup he had going on wasn't working.
Oh, no.
Then, so he's in the middle of something where it's like you had to get a credit check. And it came back, and normally he's got great credit. It came back with like these 2 dings on it from Xfinity Mobile for $7,500. We don't have Xfinity Mobile, never had Xfinity Mobile, don't know where this came from, that it's already in collections and already on his credit report. So I know he's having like somewhat of a stressful day. So I get on the phone with this collections agency and I try to get to the bottom of it. Turns out someone in Maryland stole his identity, literally stole his identity, opened up a credit card in my husband's name, went to Xfinity Mobile, not only opened a phone account, but an internet account. That's another thing on the credit, and got 8 iPhone 15s.
Whoa.
8 iPhone 15s.
And that's not flagged?
$7,500 worth of stuff.
Well,
on
nobody
the
flags that?
There's going to be an
fraudulent
iPhone
credit card.
16 pretty soon, so you'll show them.
Yeah,
And those
they're
are
going to
old.
get it.
Those iPhones are old.
Why
So,
does the
you
fraud
guys-
alert go off? I get my fraud alert when I go get gas down the street.
It wasn't a fraud alert because they opened up a credit card in his name that we had no idea they opened up. So
what happened?
somehow they probably stole his information on the dark web. I spent probably 3.5 hours on the phone with the collections agency. I called Chandler PD, which, by the way, shout out to Chandler PD. They were so incredibly helpful, but we did have to file a police report for identity theft.
Oh my gosh.
Spent about 2 hours on the phone trying to get Visa to help, trying to get the collections agency to get back on. Like, I just was beside myself and how this, number one, could happen, but then also how apparently no company has an identity theft section of their business. They have fraud, but fraud apparently isn't identity theft. The fraud is either if things are stolen or go missing. And so it's like you have to wait 3 hours to get on the phone with the fraud department, and then they're like, oh, we don't do that. Here's
Oh my
another
gosh.
one.
So what do you do? The government? Like, can the government help you with
Literally.
identity?
So we have to go and report this identity theft and the police report to like the 3 credit agencies, the Social Security
Wait,
Administration.
so the police came to your house?
No, I talked to them on the phone.
Oh, okay. Just for some
Yeah.
reason, I figured, sirens and cops pull up right away. You come up and they're like, what happened?
It wasn't that dramatic, but it did feel
All right,
incredibly
also,
stressful.
I'm trying to picture this conversation. Hi, my husband, his identity was stolen, and his name, it's Scott Fisher. Oh, Fish? It goes by Fish? Actually, that's not his real name. That's his radio name. His real name is Anderson. Scott Anderson. Steve Anderson. And then people on the other line like, what? Are you sure his identity? Why doesn't he figure out who he is and then get back to us? Right? Because he's got all these
my
different
gosh.
names. And by the way, there's a movie out I was just telling you about it yesterday. It's called Beekeeper with Jason Statham. And it's a crazy John Wick movie, but the part that really will blow you away and make you sick to your stomach is it starts off with this older woman getting scammed and they steal her identity. And when you and they give it to you from the point of view of the person stealing the identity, what it's like, and it'll give you goosebumps and make you sick to your stomach. How
I'm already
they do
sick
it.
to my stomach.
I know, but now you'll see this probably happened to your husband. What's happening in the beginning of this movie?
Oh yeah, where they just wipe this lady out too in seconds.
The way they manipulate her and talk her into clicking on stuff and giving up access to her computer, and then they just steal everything right away. It'll make you sick to your stomach.
Okay,
it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Do you want to know what made me absolutely beside myself, so angry when I was talking to this collections agency? They were like, can you just maybe try to jog your husband's memory of when he could have opened this account? I was like, allegedly this account was opened in May. Do you think my husband would just all of a sudden forget buying 8 iPhones for people that he doesn't
if you
know?
want to, you got to be careful, because if you get angry, like I've seen you angry, and then you lose the disconnection, you get disconnected. Wouldn't that suck to have to recall and then you get a new person, have to retell them everything?
Yes. No, the only time that, I'm pretty sure, I keep my cool and stuff like this, but I'm, stern because I know how these people are. They're just going to give you, the runaround. The only time I got so upset yesterday was when I was speaking to the robocall, trying to get to an actual
I'm
person,
sure.
and I was like, speak to
Why didn't you take I gave you that life hack yesterday. You start dropping F-bombs.
I did.
Oh, you
That
did?
didn't work, by the way.
So you're yelling, speak to a representative?
I was like, report fraud. It's like nothing was working. I was like, I just need a person.
Oh my gosh, poor Addie and Easton are like, my mom and dad are losing their minds today.
Well, they were having quiet time. They had no idea what was going on.
I kind of wish there was a way that you could have all this chaos going on and somehow be able to make a TikTok dance in the back. As the chaos goes in the background. Someone stole my husband's identity. Carol Baskin. Anyway.
Carol Baskin.
I was just thinking of it.
Throwback. That was a throwback.
Their husband whacked him.
I did. Yesterday I saw somebody make a TikTok, a recent TikTok that we've made. I mean, an old TikTok. So all these old TikToks are in my brain yesterday. But the Carol Baskin.
It's a good
Killed her
one.
husband, whacked him.
That's actually the top TikTok dance in the history of TikTok.
Is it really?
The Carol
Sure is.
Baskin.
It was so huge. We should do it again.
I know, we should. Kyle and Fug with 3 things we need to know.
So yesterday, Team USA was representing. You could say they were bathing in gold at the Paris Olympics. Gabby Thomas captured the gold medal in the women's 200. Cole Hawker won the men's 1500 meter. 20-year-old Amelia Lore made history as she's the youngest American ever to win a gold medal in wrestling. The United States women's national soccer team advanced to the gold medal game. They'll be taking on Brazil. And our U.S. gymnasts Simone Biles and Jordan Childs went viral for their incredible just display of sportsmanship, bowing to the Brazilian who won gold. And it was just this beautiful moment. I heard for a minute they got slammed for doing that, but I'm like, it was them saying, we bow down to you because you're so amazing.
Right, and Simone Biles, she came out and she said Rebecca Andrade had the best floor performance of the night, so give flowers where flowers are due.
I thought that was cool.
I love that.
I did too.
I also thought the guy Cole Hauser or whatever his name is, Hockner or whatever, with his winning thing was amazing. That dude was in 4th place, and at the last 5 seconds,
Yeah.
you just see him go.
Turns on the Jets.
Yep.
And Gabby Thomas, nobody was close to her.
No,
She crushed
that curve wasn't even close, man. They couldn't even catch her.
We could be very proud. We are now just number 1 in basically everything when it comes to the medal count. Leading the pack, we've got 86 medals total. China's in second with only 60, and we've got 24 golds, and they've only got 22. So we're number 1. Okay. So I told you that Hurricane Debbie hit Florida on Monday, caused a lot of damage, people were without power, and they're still going to fix that. But officials were not expecting to find $1 million worth of cocaine that just washed up on the beach in the Florida Keys. If the drugs were just found by a good Samaritan walking down the beach. What is this? What is this? They gave it to the authorities, and of course they...
Somebody got
investigate.
murdered for losing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now, I know school is back in session. It's my kid's first day of school today, but it's never too early to start planning for next summer. Apparently, it's a new trend in Silicon Valley. Parents are sending their kids as young as 5 years old to summer camps focused on artificial intelligence and robotics.
Fun.
So they're enrolling their young kids in these summer camps that, teach them how to design and augment and code and all these things. Comes at a somewhat hefty price. Starts at about $600 per week.
Okay.
But, maybe your kid will be able to battle the robots when they take over.
Jeez.
We've got to teach someone to do that, right? And that's 3 things you need to know.
Hayden, what's the vibe for horoscopes?
I'm going to tell you if you are an F boy or an F girl based on your zodiac sign. And if it's your birthday today, you share one with Eagles football player and everyone's crush, Jalen Hurts, and Sydney McLaughlin, who actually just advanced to the women's 400-meter race in the Olympics.
Okay, now explain what F-boy and F-girl are.
It's like you're a player. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of play people.
Okay.
You're not really loyal. That kind of vibe.
Okay. 877-937-1047 to find out. Blanca, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, so my Sagittarians, you guys are an F boy and an F girl, but you guys are adventurous. So you guys are going to sweep people off their feet with funness, if that's even a word. I don't know. But then you're going to disappear for the next big adventure without a second thought.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thanks, Blanca.
All right.
Melinda, good morning. What's your sign?
Leo.
I'm also a Leo, and we are in Leo season right now. And Leos can be F boys and F girls when we're basking in attention. We love being the center of the attention and of the world. But if we don't get that admiration coming, we are going to leave someone else for someone who worships the ground that we walk on.
Yes, ma'am.
So true.
Well, just leave it right now.
Yeah, Melinda gets it, girl. I'm with you.
I hear that laugh.
Yeah.
Have a great day, Melinda.
Thank you.
How about for Rich Barra, the Pisces?
Rich Vera is the ultimate F boy and F girl for my Pisces.
What?
Yeah, you guys make people feel like they're living in a fairy tale, but when reality hits, you guys are just going to swim away and then completely forget about that person.
I used to be a very bad person like that.
Oh no,
Wow.
Rich.
He's grown.
I appreciate you being real with us.
Yes,
Like,
back in
they're
the day.
like Pisces are literally number one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're the
dog.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I actually kind of dated a Pisces in college, and he was absolute trash. So there's that.
Wait, so Rich is a Pisces, Rich's wife is a Pisces, so
Yeah.
they're both F boys, F girls, so
Yes.
they're both going to dump each other in the middle of nowhere, just disappear.
We've matured. We've matured.
You're going to come home, or you're not going to come home. Like your house will just be abandoned and nobody will know. Steve, what's your sign?
Cancer.
Cancer. Okay. So for my Cancers, you guys are only an F boy or an F girl when you're in a mood swing. So you guys are the type to ghost someone just when you retreat into your shell. But honestly, you just want cuddles and deep emotional connections.
I mean, cancers are emotional. I get that.
Yeah. You guys are little crybabies.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Thanks, Steve. How about for Kyle, the Libra?
Kyle, my Libra, you are a charming F boy and an F girl. Well, you're a girl, so you're an F girl. You guys will flirt and flatter, but your indecisiveness means that you're going to be keeping your options open. You just like to play the field a little bit.
You got to have a lineup if you're
Yeah.
single.
Big
Because
pimpin'
then if
for my
someone
Libras.
can't do something or doesn't invite you out, there's
Put in the
people
backup.
waiting.
Yeah.
All right, how about Virgo?
Virgo as an F boy or an F girl is rare, but it happens when you guys are being overly critical. You guys will nitpick until you are convinced that that person is not good enough for you, and then you're going to leave them to perfect your own life.
All right.
I wonder why everybody thought that was so
I
hilarious.
know.
It's because John Jay's so critical of everyone. So
Oh, we got, if we didn't get to your sign, they're posted on our website, johnjandrich.com. The iHeartRadio Music Festival's in Vegas next month. Later today, we got your shot of free tickets plus $1,000 of spending cash. We'll do that right after 9. By the way, you know that today is the day, according to dashboard cams, of more car accidents happen today than any other day of the year.
Why?
I know.
Oh my
Careful
gosh,
out
that
there.
worries me. I'm going on.
yeah, be careful driving. Pay attention.
They
Watch
crunched the numbers.
road.
They found August 7th is the most dangerous day of the year to drive. And I know, Peyton, you're driving somewhere far today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful.
I'm actually scared now.
I know if something happens, we'll be like, oh,
Oh my
well, we
gosh.
told
See?
her.
Everybody say their prayers.
No, you heard this for a reason, so that you're extra vigilant on the road today.
Okay, that's
Take
fair.
all back
and
roads.
that stuff and more I have coming. That's the stuff I give up in Stacks and Hacks, like that. Okay, so that's coming up like in less than 20 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to post something on my Instagram account that my wife just texted me, and it just blew me away. And I think it will help everybody every day when you see this post. That's all I'm going to say. So post it. It'll be up at John J. Rich in less than 10 minutes. It'll be on my Instagram, John J. Van Ness. I can't post it on John J. Rich because it doesn't make sense. I could post it on John J. Rich after I post it. Because you just see it on John Deere Rich, be like, boy, what the hell? It'll make sense when I tell you.
Okay. It'll make sense when I tell you.
Okay, sorry.
But what are you telling me now?
Anyway, it's time for Stacks and Hacks. I have stacks of information and Rich has life hacks. This is big stuff. A poll asked people if they've ever dined on roadkill. And a lot of people said yes.
Really? What?
A lot of people said no. A lot of people said they're not sure. And I remember one time I was driving home from Pine Top and I ran into a deer and killed the deer. And it broke my car and I couldn't drive. And I was sitting on the side of the road. And some people came up and asked if I was going to claim the deer. And I said no. And they go, it makes good food. And they scooped it up and took the deer.
No way.
They didn't help me with blood coming down my face. No, they didn't help me. They took the deer.
Oh, that's crazy.
If you've ever dined on roadkill, please call 877-937-1047. There's a list of reasons AI may be overrated. Artificial intelligence, they say, that we have now isn't actually that intelligent. AI lies. AI is overrated because humans are underrated. Also, AI makes boring cookies.
What?
That was a list. That was a list of why.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with any of that.
Today's top story, I think this is big. Ankle socks are still a big deal. 41% of people prefer them over no-show socks, quarter-length socks, and crew socks. Although I think, what kind of socks do you have on, Peyton?
I got ankle socks on today.
Because I keep hearing ankle socks are out.
I usually never wear ankle socks. I wear the socks that are right in the middle of the ankle
Mid-range.
socks, but not the tube socks.
Yep.
They're like right in the middle, like 3/4.
Snickers Pecan will be coming back after 5 years, and this time it's going to be a more permanent fixture. You ever had the Snickers Pecan?
No.
So good. CNN claims Taco Bell could hold the secret formula for bringing customers back to fast food. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that exciting new information is probably what? Refried beans, ground beef, cheddar cheese, lettuce, and a tortilla?
No, well, you guys.
That's the secret?
They are
Literally,
amazing.
my daughter went to a birthday party, and on the invitation, it was like, we're going to have tacos. She's like, I don't like tacos. And when she came home, I was like, how was the party? She's like, well, I found out I like tacos. And I was like, well, that's good. Like, what, like, did you get to put it all together? She's like, we got Taco Bell. I was like, well, that's your barometer now. I
Taco
can't
Bell's
make
so good.
I can't make you tacos like that.
But they do sell the Taco Bell seasoning packets at the grocery
I
store.
know. I've
It's
tried.
not
It's
the
not the
same.
same.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
but it's still
You need
really
whatever
good.
they use for meat.
So they're making a Britney Spears movie. Biopic? Biopic?
Either one. I never know how to say
Neither
that
do
word.
I. Anyway, they're making one, and they're looking at a bunch of actresses, and you know who the number one choice is so
Sydney
far?
Sweeney.
She's number 2. She would be great.
Oh, that'd
It
be
would be
great.
By the way, I
fabulous.
like the picture of Sydney Sweeney on Twitter, and now all I get are these amazing photos of Sydney Sweeney. I had no idea that she took so many pictures in her underwear.
Congratulations.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of hard work. No, so Brittany Sweeney is Sydney Sweeney's number 2. Millie Bobby Brown is up there. Florence Pugh is up there, but that's not number 1.
Sabrina Carpenter?
what I
Yes,
was gonna
she's
say
number
next.
1. Sabrina Carpenter.
I did hear that Britney Spears gets the final say on the
Yeah.
cast.
I'd
so
go
it'll
Sydney
be handpicked
Sweeney.
by her.
I think Sydney Sweeney. She
I
got it.
don't know this anymore. Or I'm about to tell you a story, but I don't know the details. So I'm going to maybe Kyle and Peyton you. Does Jennifer Aniston have her sights on Ben Affleck right now that he's single? Do you know anything about that?
I haven't heard that.
I saw that headline.
I don't know if I am into that couple. I have to sit on that for a
Well,
minute.
you got to be afraid with anybody in Ben Affleck right now. I think he's a red flag.
I think we need to figure out who's the problem, him or J-Lo.
Yeah.
We got to figure
Or
it
maybe
out,
it's
and then
both.
we can.
Oh, I think it's J-Lo. I
Maybe it's
think it's
both.
J-Lo. I really do. And I'll tell you off the air why I think that.
Okay, but I think it's both.
The Arizona Cardinals, you guys see this was going viral? Arizona Cardinals are now selling a cotton candy burrito in their stadium. They have to because nobody's going to go to any of those games.
I would go for a cotton candy burrito.
Did you see this burrito?
No.
Oh my God, you got to find.
Like
they cut
inside of it.
It's like cotton candy. There's like Snickers, M&Ms. There's like it's every colorful candy.
Yeah, you like
Sounds
cut
like
it
a
open and
cavity.
then all the candy falls out the inside. It
Every
looks
candy with
amazing.
yellow dye that gives you cancer is in this burrito.
Oh,
Wow,
that's nice.
Okay.
Good sell.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
I kid Cardinals. I kid Mr. Bidwell.
Just
I
jokes.
kid Mr. Bidwell. I'm
great.
still
Oh my
in for
gosh.
dinner next week. Rich, what you got for life hacks?
All right, what if I told you that I could help you read 2 to 3 times faster in mere seconds?
I would love that.
And all you have to do is one thing. It sounds crazy, but it works. Try it out. Chew gum, because chewing gum distracts the brain signals from your eyes, your ears, and your mouth by giving the brain something additional to concentrate on, including reading. So chew gum, read faster. It works. So if you got to whip through a book because, school just started and you need to get your homework done, chew gum while you read. You will read 2 to 3 times faster. That life hack and many more can be read very quickly on johnjaneRich.com.
I forgot to post what I said I was going to post on my Instagram. I got so sidetracked.
Man, and you told you to tell us something off the air about J-Lo, too, that you didn't say
I know.
anything
You
about.
guys have to hold me accountable for my ADHD
Yes.
things that I throw out your way.
It is on us.
It is. Well, you should say. You should have said when we went in the commercial or the song. You're like, "Hey, what was the J-Lo thing?"
Well, Kyle left, and she's the only one that's not ADHD in here.
That is true.
And she had something to do because she is organized.
Anyway,
Sometimes.
I'll post the thing that'll make your day wonderful in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Can someone remind me, please? All right.
Kyle,
How dare we?
All right, hey, I want to get into how you got ready this morning and the obstacle that you tried to overcome.
Yeah, so last night I noticed that the lights in our bathroom would not turn on, and it was weird. All the other lights were on, and it was storming over by our house last night. But I woke up this morning, and I tried to turn on the lights in my apartment, and literally none of the lights would turn on. So I had to get ready in the dark. I had to take a shower with a flashlight off of my phone.
Did you find everything okay in the shower?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
fine.
hey, that's my belly button.
It worked out fine, but it was getting ready in the dark is not for the weak because it was not bright out when I woke up. So I might look a little rough this morning, but that's why.
It is pretty wild. It's happened a few times in my life where we had to get ready in the dark, and it's weird, but it's kind of fun. You got to set up it's very frustrating, but when you look back at it, it's like you said, I had a little flashlight to set up this way, or your phone, you sit around, you try to do certain things, and you realize, I wish I would have laid my clothes out last night.
No, totally. And I'm like, okay, I hope my eyebrows don't look crazy because I'm literally doing my makeup in the dark.
I feel like you're camping or something. Like, what?
Which I don't do.
Well,
I
let's
do not
see.
camp.
Is this one of the outfits your sister picked out for you?
Well, I've worn this shirt before, but the shorts that I'm wearing, yes.
Oh, those are cool.
Okay.
Yes,
All
I've
right.
decided
And
I'm
your
never
makeup?
wearing them here again.
Why?
Because they're very uncomfortable to sit around
Can I see?
in.
Let me see. What I don't
They're
see.
cute.
They're super cute.
Okay. Wait, can you move over this way a little bit more? Oh, they're
Like cutoffs.
Oh, they're jorts.
Yeah.
Jorts.
Jorts.
Like that thing I sent you, Kyle, from Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon. Jorts.
Yeah,
Okay. So, and your makeup in the dark looks good to me.
thanks.
Okay, let's get to your claim to fame. I think this is really cool, and there's a really cool picture that backs this story up.
Yeah, it is really cool. So I've been dating my boyfriend Kadeem for a little over 4 years now. And, I like to think we know a lot about each other. But he dropped some news on me the other day that I was like, what? How have you not ever told me this before? So his uncle is signed to the same record label as Post Malone, went on tour with Post Malone, apparently performed at Lollapalooza or something, and his uncle just dropped an album over the weekend or yesterday, and it is fire.
Okay, wait.
Dang.
The picture you have, who's in the picture?
In the picture, it's Post Malone without tattoos on his face. So it's back in 2017 I found the picture.
Oh, he started that recently?
Yeah, so it's Post Malone, Lil Uzi Vert, and Shabuzi all in this picture with Kadeem's uncle.
That's pretty awesome.
Shabuzi, who just had a #1 song.
Yeah.
That picture, if you think about it, could it be the picture of the future where you go, every single person in this photo is going to be a massive artist, so your Kadeem's uncle is next?
I hope so.
So what's his name?
His name is Cassow, so it's CASSOW, and the album that he just dropped is called Pray to the Streets, but 2 is a number 2.
Wait, Cassow?
Yeah.
I think we got to change the name. I don't think it's
I knew you were
my
going to have it
gosh.
again.
If I was
You
a
thought it
marketing,
was gonna be
if
your
I'm
name.
his, look, you got a Post Malone, you got a Shabuzi,
Lil Uzi.
Those names go Cassow. I spell Cassow. again?
Cassow, I think is how you pronounce it.
So it's like, is
I
it
don't call him
French?
Cassow. I
Cassow.
call him by his real name, but
Cassow.
You should say it like
K-A-
Kachow.
or
Kachow. There you go.
C-A-S-S-O-W.
Like the marketing team should sit down and go, okay, we got to work on this name. We got a clip of the song, one of the songs, right? So let's hear him.
Tell me what I wanna hear, I'm tryna feel important. When you a god, you gon' be thumbing through some different torches. I told them I was finna pop, they tried to keep the cork in. You gotta hand it to you, I'm the type to put the work.
Well, that
that
sounds
song's
pretty
called
good.
Waiting There.
And
So.
he performed 4 days ago at Lollapalooza?
No, not he performed back when he was on tour with Post Malone, but he just did an album release party over the weekend. Kadeem and I were super bummed we weren't able to make it. But here's the picture. So here's Post Malone, Lil Uzi, Shabuzi,
Oh, yeah.
and Kadeem's uncle.
How fun.
I know.
That's cool.
Did you post it on John Jane Rich?
I'm going to throw it up there
throw
so
it up there.
everyone
Link.
can
I
see
want to hear
it.
that.
And then tag everybody on that photo. Wouldn't that be
Yes.
cool if
Yeah.
Post Malone goes, oh my God, Cassow, what's up?
I
Long time.
know. I know. So I just thought that was so cool. And I also was like, dude, your girlfriend works in radio. Why is this not something that you would tell me?
I know. Why?
Well, when I said that, he's like, I've told you that actually a couple times. You just don't listen.
See, you know what that
There's
tells me is the name Casau doesn't cut through.
Casau.
That's what I mean. It doesn't cut through because he's told you a few times and you haven't, and you didn't know.
No, it's not that I know.
If he would have said, "Oh my
I
God,
know
my
his
uncle's
is a rapper.
Shabuzi."
I know his uncle's a rapper.
Right, but you didn't know it was Casau.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, but
Didn't know the Post Malone
I
connection.
didn't know the Post Malone connection where I'm like, dude, we literally play Post Malone every day. Like, why wouldn't you tell me?
Not just every day, like every hour on the hour.
like if Post Malone comes to town again, you can call Casau and get us tickets.
So, I hope
us
so.
backstage?
I hope so. We'll see. Casau. Stop saying Casau.
What is it again?
Casau.
Casau.
I think so. I don't know.
That sounds
we'll
Russian
have
now.
to call him. And
Went from
ask.
French to Russian.
I feel like we've said it different every
But
time.
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't cut through. We have to change the name.
Casso. It's on Instagram too. You can go
I
check
want him to
it
have
out.
like a number in his name. You know, like
It's like
Casau.
Cassie. It's like
6.
Cassie with an O. Casso.
Yeah.
Casso.
So, not
It's
out.
O. No,
Anyways.
it's Casso.
Getting rid of the ka-chow.
Yeah, when you write it down and look at it, it makes more sense. I think when they were coming up with the name, they were probably writing stuff down, looking at it, going, okay, but that doesn't. Unless I hope he has a #1 record, and he can come in here and go, dude, you didn't like my name. I also said the same thing to Chris Brown, by the way.
Did you really?
I remember that.
I didn't. I was like, come on, man.
Chris Brown.
Really? You're gonna go with the name Chris Brown and
He
be a
yelled at
rapper?
you. He's like, that's my name.
Right. So
But this song's good. It actually kind of has a little bit of a Kanye flashing lights feel to it.
I'm here for it. The album's fire. Go listen to it. It's dope. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I do like ka-chow.
Good job.
I mean, I'm still going to root for that. If we meet him, I'll be like, okay, listen, John Jay has this name thing. I do have a suggestion.
You know, he should do what Childish Gambino did. You know what he did?
He rebranded himself, didn't he?
No, his name is Donald Glover. He put his name into a hip hop name generator and came out with Childish Gambino.
Look at that.
And that's what he did. That's what Casau needs to do. Remember during Monday Night Football, I always played a little clip of stuff that was like, that sounded dirty during Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
It was such a hit.
Remember that?
It's a lot of work.
You remember this one?
Remember this one? I now have things for you. Things that sound dirty at the Olympics. They are not dirty, but they sound dirty when you take them out of context.
And now, things that sound dirty in the Olympics, but aren't.
I love that these two ladies are next to each other because they can suss each other out.
I've been through the Olympics 3 times. It is hard.
Action has been tight so far.
Ludwig stayed a little wider on that to open up. She had to poke it.
They were virtually stroke for stroke.
So it's another big one for the Americans, but not as big as Martin Engie.
But what's the pullout? Hughes.
He takes it all here in Paris.
Been a very long time coming.
This has been things that sound dirty in the Olympics, but aren't.
You sure they're not actually talking about that?
Here's a real fun event. It blew up on social media yesterday. To celebrate Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool and Wolverine, listen to what these guys did. They all had something in common. By the way, they all had matching red T-shirts, Deadpool mask, but there was only one guy in yellow to represent Wolverine. Guess what his name was? Listen to this.
We filled an entire theater with people named Ryan to support the fellow Ryan's new movie. Ryans were wearing Ryan-themed T-shirts donated by Ryan.
Thank you, Homage Ryan.
Helped a bystander legally change her name to Ryan.
Ryan.
And since Ryan invited a Hugh to join his movie, we invited one Hugh to join our theater.
The truth is, we wouldn't let just any Hugh come to our event. Do you want to tell them your full name, Hugh?
My actual name is Hugh Ryan.
And speaking of Hugh Jackman, yesterday I was on the couch. I was on Instagram and I saw this video and I was watching the video. And my son Kemp sits down and goes, "What in God's name are you listening to?" Now I can see through his point of view. Did you guys see the video of Hugh Jackman doing the sound effects for his fighting?
No.
Okay, so the video is Hugh Jackman, the real Hugh Jackman, and he's watching Deadpool 3, and it's a fight scene, and he is doing the sound of the fight. So they're taping it to put in the movie. So he's like, huh. So Kemp just hears the huh. Like, here's what Kemp heard, and this is also the video. It's a very cool video. So Kim's like,
That's a big one right there.
what are you watching, Dad?
I can
And
imagine
then I'm
why
like-
you would ask that.
And I had like horrible guilt. I'm like, I turned the phone. It's Hugh Jackman. Look, it's Wolverine. You got to see the video. We should post it on John J. Rich if you can find it. Also, one more thing I wanted to play. Get this. We've all been to a wedding before, and you have someone singing when the bride walks down the aisle. Have you seen the video that went viral yesterday? Woman gets married. She's walking down the aisle. She sang her own song as she was walking down the aisle. She had one of those little headsets.
Like she's in a musical?
She had like one of those Janet Jackson little headsets right here.
Yes.
She lived a Hamilton
But listen
play.
to how she nailed this thing. So she's walking down the aisle with her dad, and you see her walking down the aisle slowly, and there's her husband waiting for her, and then bam, she's doing this the whole time she's walking down. Picture you walking down the aisle. Kyle, you've done it. I think you'd be so distracted. The pressure already is enough, right?
Yeah.
So here she is. This is beautiful. So she's walking down the aisle.
Wow.
She's pretty darn good.
And then somebody yelled "World Star" and a fight broke out.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty amazing,
Yeah,
though.
that's really
If that's the case, the whole wedding should be a musical if they're going to go there.
Totally. I mean, if you sing like that, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah,
that.
like you would expect now the groom to go, "Looks like
Yes,
you made it."
It's all Moulin Rouge up in there. Let's go.
John Tate and Rich gets some entertainment news. Peyton, I want to get into that photo that was posted with KD.
Yeah, so Katie Ledecky, the Olympic swimmer, and Kevin Durant, who plays for the Phoenix Suns, they posted this picture together because they're both from Maryland or something like that, and I thought it was so dope. I'm like, two greats coming from Maryland. Little Maryland.
KD and KT.
Yeah.
But nobody is saying, are they together? Like the
No.
Devin Booker picture.
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe they
No, I
just
guess
don't
that-
look as cute
Yeah,
together.
they didn't look as datey as the other one.
Right,
The other one looked a
because-
little datey.
That's what, well, and my thing is, though, is like, Devin Booker is like, people think he's so cute, and Suni Lee is like beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's like,
So neither
you put
one of those,
two
you don't-
good-looking
So
people
cute.
together.
You don't see that with KD and KT.
I do, but they just don't mesh the
It
same
was like,
way.
oh.
Must be friends.
Kyle, what's the thing with the girl that asked for help from Simone Biles?
Okay, so that's Michaela Skinner. She is also a fellow former Olympian. And about 4 weeks ago, she made a comment about work ethic and how it seems to be like taking place with the rising generation and how, like, you know, she feels like this generation is lazy. And people took that as she was saying that about the current female and U.S. gymnastics team, right? And then they won. Okay, but she said after that happened, it kind of blew up a little bit. And she's like, well, I feel like I was like misinterpreted. I did not mean it that. I was just talking about like this generation, which, you know, has come under fire for maybe that same thing before. But she said at that time, I wrote a written apology to all of the gymnasts saying, I hope you didn't take it this way. I didn't mean it towards you. Please know that. And then 4 weeks later, when they win the gold, Simone Biles posts the picture and kind of restates again, like, how's this for work ethic? You know what I mean? And they're all gold medal. And then that restarted the whole drama with Michaela Skinner. People have been sending her all kinds of hate messages.
Death threats to me, my family, and even my agent. My family and my friends don't deserve to be caught in a crossfire here. But to Simone, I am asking you directly and publicly to please put a stop to this. Please ask your followers to stop.
She said it's crazy because the first time she did the apology, Simone was the only one that had responded to her. And she was like, I 100% take responsibility for not being able to articulate what I was trying to say in the first place. But it has just gone too far right now. It's just blown up a little too far.
Yeah.
When you have the keyboard bullies coming after you with a mass appeal like that, remember what happened to me with this one
Yes,
K-pop band?
yes.
And I asked the K-pop band to tell their fans to stop, and they wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, I just, honestly, when I saw this, did you guys see the original YouTube video that Michaela Skinner said that the girls were lazy and don't have the same work ethic and stuff like that? It was, like, pretty nasty. Like, I personally, feel like it was completely directed because she said everybody but Simone. And so I'm like, who else are you talking about? And then I also, in her apology, I also do feel like she kind of did gaslight Simone Biles. I mean, those keyboard warriors, like, that's not okay. That's not okay to send death threats to people. That's not okay to be in that way and harass and bully somebody. But I didn't really like how she was kind of gaslighting. Like, own up to it. Take it.
I mean, she did say, I take full responsibility for saying
But
it.
she's
and
saying
not
she never said
coming
anything
out
about
right.
the girls.
Yeah, she was saying that she never, like,
Yeah.
girlie, you did own that.
Oh, right. I
Take
see
that
what
with
you're
your
saying.
chest, babe. Like,
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, I feel like now it's like, it shouldn't be like, now it's gone way
people
too far.
go too far, for sure.
And let's
Okay,
just be happy
let's
for the
switch gears a little bit. Let's get into the number one movie in the world, which is Wolverine and Deadpool.
Okay. So obviously Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, was in the movie, and she's got a new movie coming out. It ends with us. And so they're doing like this press junket. And in press junkets, basically what happens is the celebrity sits in a room and the interviewers come in one by one and ask them questions and take the videos and then go use them in their media outlet. So the co-star with Blake Lively in that plays her love interest. His name is Brandon Sklenar. I believe that's how you say his last name. He's sitting down, and in his press junket, in comes Ryan Reynolds. And it's hilarious because Ryan's acting like he's like very jealous that this guy gets to be the love interest of his wife, Blake Lively, and starts asking him a lot of uncomfortable questions.
Let's talk motorcycles here. Do you ride?
Yeah, a little bit.
What kind of bike do you like to ride?
I mean, anything with two wheels and kickstand, man.
Honestly, that could be anything. I mean, as far as I know, you just described, riding Stephen Hawking through the Nevada desert in the middle of a summer heat wave. He's not going to make it.
Ryan?
Yep.
You want to take a break?
Blake? Sure.
They take a 2-minute break and it comes back and you see them hugging. And then Ryan Reynolds' mom comes in and she starts grilling him. And then Hugh Jackman, Ryan's BFF, comes in.
I've never done an interview before, but I've done a lot of things, like crazy things in Australia. You do understand you can't even get into preschool unless you take a person's life with your own bare hands. Twice.
Totally.
So listen, I've just got one question. What the hell are you doing messing with my best buddy's wife?
Sir, I have no idea what's happening at all today.
And he literally was like, I did not know that was going to happen, literally till that day.
All right, real quick, Kim Kardashian.
Oh my gosh, she actually just had to file a restraining order because she has the same stalker that was stalking Emma Roberts. I'm like, who are these people? Like, these people connect with them online, think that they have this personal relationship with them, but back in May, this person broke into Emma Roberts' house using her landline to dial her cell phone, and it was like, it's kind of crazy. And then the next day, the same person showed up at Kris Jenner's house and told security he thought he was at Kim's house. And they're like, okay, it's restraining order time. We got it crazy on our hands.
Man,
wow.
The world is crazy right